Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a quick video just on this, the naked TransTec Beetle. You've probably seen a bunch of my videos recently on the channel on me flying that little drone, and it's sub 250. It's kind of a remix of a drone that I've been flying a lot on this channel. So if you have a TransTec Beetle version 2, the 2.5 inch, or even the first version, this is something that you can potentially consider upgrading your TransTec Beetle. This is the naked TransTec Beetle, and it originally was a 2.5 inch version 2 TransTec Beetle. I've made a couple modifications, so we're going to go through those quickly. I'm just going to show you where I've made changes, and we'll do another video kind of on how I'm flying this, what the setup is currently. But for now, we're just going to go through some of the things that I have changed. So what you'll notice probably straight away, which is different from the Beetle, is the way the antennas are mounted, the way that the battery will mount on top. So the battery sits on top here, and it flies a lot better. So it looks a little bit different. Now, what you can do, and the way that I've done this, is this TransTec Beetle has two plates. It has a bottom plate, which has got the legs connected onto it, and then it's got this top plate. Now, usually it will go the bottom plate, the flight controller, and ESC, and then the second plate, which usually sits right underneath there, and then the GoPro is mounted on top of that, and then on top of that usually would go a shell, something like that. That's the Beetle that you're all familiar with, and I'll put that up on the screen now. So that Beetle was actually really great, and I really enjoyed it, but where it kind of fell short is it didn't allow me to mount cameras easily. It didn't allow me to grow into a naked GoPro camera, and it also kind of didn't have very good flight characteristics because all the weight was sat at the bottom over here, rather than, typically on quads you would have them top mounted, and I prefer the flight characteristics of the top mounted. So how did we go about doing this, which we'll get into very quickly. I basically went onto the internet and I bought a pack of spacers. They're all 2.5 millimeter spacers, M2.5s rather, so I would make sure you get those. I bought M2s, I bought M3s, and then I only figured out afterwards that it was M2.5s. I didn't even know you can get them in 2.5, so don't make the mistake that I made. And then basically what you can do is you are going to use the spacers in pairs, so I'll show you which ones I've used. So I won't go into the measurements of all of them, but basically on the back side of the quad you're going to double up. You can see 1, 2 nylon nuts at the top, and then a little nylon screw at the bottom. I would kind of prefer this not to be a nylon screw, but hey ho, here we are. Now the front end is much the same, except you're going to use a single one on the front there, single spacer, and then a single spacer on the other side, and then both of them fixed on the top with little nuts, and I double up the nuts just to be safe. You're probably going to say, oh no, but nylon stuff breaks so easily. Yes, it does break very easily. So pretty much every time I've crashed, one of these things is snapped off. What I do have the added benefit of here is this battery strap sits the whole way over the quad and actually pushes everything down. So I didn't even realize this, but I'd actually broken off one of these, or broke off the screw in the bottom here, but because the battery strap held everything down, it flew really well. I didn't even notice it for a couple of flights. You may have noticed this over here. This is a naked GoPro mount. It's super glued on to the top, and then I have a sticky battery pad on the back here. And then this little cable that's sticking out is for the naked GoPro. So the naked GoPro will mount on the front here. The naked GoPro Hero 8 will mount on the front here, something to that effect, and it gives you a perfect little naked drone. Now, perfect, I don't know if it is perfect, to be honest. It's a bit underpowered, but for right now, where I'm at, this works really well. Oh, I almost forgot. I flipped this around. So on the TransTec Beetle, the normal one, this is mounted slightly differently. This is mounted underneath here, and these poke up. So what I ended up getting is some true RC antennas. They're little super light ones. I'll put links down in the descriptions. I'll also put links in the descriptions for this little spacer set. And that's basically it, hey? I just flipped the middle mount, added some spaces in the front, bought some true RC antennas. The reason I did this is I wanted to get a little bit better distance and range and better signal, and that's it, really. That's the Naked Beetle. So a couple of you have been asking me about this. If you want a more in-depth video, and I can go into exactly all the measurements, all that sort of stuff, leave a comment down below.